Hello, and welcome to my presentation of my future plans for my psychology senior seminar. Now that you have received your bachelor's degree, what are you going to do next? Which is a very great question. Ta-da! I'm going to Disney World. If only. I wish, but it's okay. So, what I actually plan on doing after graduation, I actually plan to attend graduate school at LSU and Baton Rouge, which is the main campus. I actually am looking to get my master's degree in child and family studies, which is pretty exciting. I've actually been intrigued and interested in family and marriage counseling or maybe children and adolescent counseling. I'm not really sure. I haven't really pinpointed an exact career, but those are two options for me that I have been looking at so far since I've been in the course. Before I even got into the course, I kind of had an idea of being in counseling or therapist or psychologist. So, where do you see yourself a year from now? Which is a good question. And just considering the fact that a year really goes by super fast, we are already in October. I can't believe it. A year from now, possibly I'll still be employed with the city of Alexandria. I've been there currently now for over a year. It's a great job. It's very laid back. It's not necessarily in my field, but I am taking aspects from the current position that I am in and kind of applying it and just kind of seeing, like, especially from an administrative standpoint of running a business. I am an administrative secretary, so even though it's not exactly what I'm in school for, but it is something that can help and can make a transition, and you got to start somewhere. Also, within a year from now, I will probably still be in a master's degree program for child and family studies. I know it takes, depending on how many courses you take at a time, it takes about 2 years to gain your master's. It could be more. Generally, kind of 2 years when you pace yourself. So, what about 5 years from now? Well, that's very hard to say, and it's pretty much just a change. I don't really like to look too far into the future, but I don't like to just kind of stay to where, like, oh, so like 3 years from now I'm going to be here. 5 years from now, I do see myself with my master's, possibly relocating, moving to another city or state. One of my plans was to go to Texas, possibly if that was an option, and to pretty much start a career in family and marriage counseling, which is the career fair that I'm actually leaning more towards at this point. 10 years. Wow, 10 years. Actually, funny thing is 10 years will go by so fast and we won't even know it. In 10 years, I probably would have some years in my family and marriage counseling career. Hopefully, at that point, I will get to a point to gain the experience and a reputation to start my own counseling service, for either marriage and family counseling or in maybe children adolescent counseling. It's like I said, I'm not really decided. I haven't pinpointed a direct career, but those are one of my two options that I'm really leaning towards. um, at this point, I plan to be living in a permanent area, a permanent home for me and my son, and other personal things that may fall into place. But as far as career wise and professionally, I do see myself in 10 years probably still with a company and just gaining the experience and reputation, like I said, to start my own counseling service. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for this course. It has really been a great experience and a great opportunity to kind of let me just sit and actually think about other things in my actual career and my future. I'm so glad that this course is actually recommended, because a lot of courses you're learning different things, but this course is actually like, okay, let's just make this about you, what your plans are, what you're going to do, and then we're here to help in any kind of way. So thank you so much for the opportunity and a wonderful course. Being that I am currently employed with the City of Alexandria, most likely I will continue working there. I do actually plan to take a semester off, to kind of just get an academic break, give my brain some rest, and kind of focus on other things maybe, and prepare to enroll into a graduate program. I actually decided to take a break, but only one semester, because I know that if I probably push it to a year, I'll probably hesitate on applying or going back to school, or just become really comfortable and just probably 1 year is going to turn into two, which will turn into three, which will turn into five. So I just said one semester will do. And so in the fall of 2020, I will be enrolling into graduate school.